Good morning, everybody. This is Chris with Arcadia Crawlers, and we are at my favorite crawl spot, which is Horsemans Center Park in Victorville, California. It is a beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm excited because I finally get to bring out my Capra. I've had this vehicle out here twice before, and both times it broke within 5 minutes of starting to drive it. So hopefully we actually get some runtime in today. See if we can make this wall here. We're already lifting this tire up. Whoop. See if we can get it to settle down. Nope, we're gonna move it. Let's try going this way a little bit. And we'll get this hook. Nope, we're sliding off. All right. Try this again. Yeah, the last time I had this car out here was really disappointing. It made it about 10 feet before I stripped out the servo horn. So let's hope we have better luck today. And maybe not. I think that's more of my poor driving than anything. So you can get this right front tire to hook on this ledge right here. And get this backside to crawl up. And maybe not. Well, I think we're just going to take the easy way out. Okay, so I found this little V-notch section right here. It looks kind of interesting. I see some rocks stacked up right here, so I think someone maybe tried to go through it before. Let's see if the Capra can make it through. The reason I thought the Capra would be good out here is because of the ground clearance it has. Some of the other vehicles I brought out here are more of a low CG type of chassis, so they don't have very much ground clearance, and the rocks out here are huge, which makes it kind of a challenge to get over obstacles sometimes. There we go. We're sliding off the wall. Dang. Almost. I'll give that another shot. Oh, I guess that's how we're going to climb that one. There we go. Now I got some traction in there. Looks like we're getting bellied out here. That's what I mean. This Capra has good ground clearance, and yet it's still having trouble catching on these rocks right here. So we move it over a little bit. So I bought this Capra kind of on a whim. We were going out of town, and I wanted something new to drive basically, and I had bought an SCX 10.3, but it didn't arrive on time. And so I had ordered this one at the same time, and this one showed up. And then funny enough, so did the SCX 10.3. But after thinking about it a little bit, I didn't have any rear steer vehicles. I thought, heck, I'll just give it a try. I'd already ordered it, so what the hell, right? At that point, I didn't think I really liked buggies. I liked the trucks more. But after taking it out of the box and seeing it, I was really impressed. So I ended up returning the SCX 10.3 and keeping this one instead. and back to the bottom. Unfortunately, if anybody is familiar with Capras, the electronics on them aren't very good, and they have that spectrum system where the remote is part, or the receiver is part of the ESC. And the first time we took it out, my stepson was driving, and he was 13 or 14 at the time, so he wasn't like bashing on it like a little kid would be, and it ended up smoking the ESC. So right off the bat, I had to replace the motor, the ESC, and the controller. Now granted, I probably would have done that regardless, but you would think you'd want to get a little more runtime out of it before you had to replace all that stuff. Now it's running a Fusion SE. I run those in pretty much all my trucks. I thought about doing the Pro, but for twice the amount of money, I don't see any need for it. Oh, we're getting offline here. We'll go this way. That's what I mean. That's what's so great about this place. Every rock has 2 or 3 lines you can take on it. So anyway, back to the truck. It's running the Fusion SE. The other thing that went on was a front steering servo. But we all know those are crap anyway from the factory, so anytime you're running those, you're on borrowed time. Nice, cool. Nice. So as for the servo, I'm running an Amazon 45 kg servo. These are those blue servos you see on Amazon. They're not very expensive, they're like maybe $40 or so. But honestly, they work fine. I've only broken one, and it wasn't even crawling. My 3-year-old son was playing with this truck, and I wasn't watching him, and somehow, some way, he managed to destroy it. So I've run one of those blue cheapy Amazon servos in one of my other trucks for over a year now, and that truck's been here and been to Vasquez and all around, and 0 problems with that servo. So yeah, they're cheap. One day, if I can afford a Reefs, I'll throw one in here, but until then, cheap Amazon servos it is. The only other things we've done to this, well, let's go over tires. We're running the BFG crawlers and Predator compound, and as you can see, I did a cut and shut on these. So these are 5.25, and these are RC Lion 2.2 wheels. Again, cheap Amazon wheels. But I mean, I have no complaints about them. They've been on here for almost a year now. Never had a problem with the bead coming loose or anything. They mounted up fine with the wheels, or the tires I should say. I'm running my homemade limiter straps right there. My homemade D's bands. It's made out of some rubber bands. So I got those on the front. And then on the front shocks, we have the lower cup removed so the spring can go all the way down. That's a tip from Logan at West Desert Wheeler. Shout out to that guy. Honestly, it's his reviews for the Capras made me want to buy one, or actually got me interested in them. Like I said, I wasn't into buggies before, but I watch all of his videos and I see all the stuff that he can get into with these things. So and as you can see, even the easy way isn't all that easy. So we can crab walk our way up a little bit. There we go. Sorry guys, trying to get repositioned here. Wow. Okay, so we had to go up the side of the wall, which definitely isn't as cool, but we got up it. So that last obstacle, I would say, I wouldn't really call that a win, because we had to go the side way. So we're moving on. And I think I'm a little too wide. There we go. Like I said, I don't typically record when I come out here. But I thought I'd give it a shot. I don't have any of these lines planned out, because like I said, this place is huge, and I mean, every time you come out here, you can go on a different rock, a different line, a different area. I mean, this place is massive. That's a nice pull right there. But I definitely want to start getting out here more often and making some more videos. If you watch this and you want to see something in particular, either about this truck or this area, shoot me a message. Let's see, crab walk over the side a little bit. There we go. And I just realized I might have had the camera out of position on that one, so if you guys didn't see it, sorry about that. Like I said, I don't usually record, but I'm trying here. This looks kind of cool. Let's see if we can span this gap and get on top of these rocks right here. I will say that Capra made it look pretty easy. Alright, so now we got this gap right here. Try to get into it. Whoa, we're binding up that rear tire pretty bad there. So let's move it over just a scotch like that. Nice. Look at that. It's got to be 8-9 inch step right there. Walked right up it. So the last time we were out here, this truck broke, like I said. So we took the wheels off of it and we put them on my SCX-10 which is completely bone stock. I mean, down to the plastic steering linkages and stuff. I mean, that vehicle has no modifications whatsoever. Sorry, just repositioning here. And surprisingly, it did really well. It was able to keep up with the truck I was driving at the time. And other than that big front bumper that it's got, so it's an SCX-10 Honcho. So if you guys are familiar, it's got that big, I don't know, maybe like pre-runner bumper on it. Yeah, that thing caught on everything. But with these 5.2s, 2.5 tires, and the stock ground clearance, that truck was a monster out here. Alright, that was awesome. That was a nice little section right there. See if we can keep it going. As you can see, there's no short supply of rocks up here. All right. See if maybe we can hook this left front wheel right here, like that. Got it. All right. So that took a few attempts, but like I said, these are all new lines, so that's to be expected. But we're gonna get caught in here. Back up a little bit. Get that right front wheel to clear. Okay, so we're going to try to stay on these rocks right here without the back end falling in too badly. There we go. Let's see if we can get it. All right, made it through. Well, guys, unfortunately, once again, we've stripped out a servo horn. Servo seemed fine, but I think it's time to invest in some better ones. These are actually the servo horns that come with the servo. Like I said, I've only had one servo fail. Yeah, and all the time I've used them. So, yeah, I think I just have to invest in better servo horns. Anyway, guys. Oh, drop my remote. Anyway, I think the Capra did pretty good today. Definitely bring it out once more once I fix that servo horn. And we'll try it again. So I appreciate you guys watching this. If you like the content, like and subscribe. Thanks.